I'm Chidera, popularly known online as the Slumflower. Today I'm going to be showing you how to beat your face like a goddess. We ready? So first it's eyebrows. I always start with eyebrows because it's just the easiest. Some people do the brows after foundation. I just don't understand people like that because then it mixes with the pencil and then it goes all funny coloured. We're about to do some magic with concealer. So, literally just dollop it right under there and then right up on the top. About to literally do the magic right now. I've got to be very precise and concentrate so we can snatch this brow. Snatched. Look at that. So now we just blend, but don't be too precious about blending at this point because we're going to sort all that out in a minute. For this stage, I am going to mix my foundation. So literally, no matter how smooth the beat is, if it's not blended and if it doesn't match, it doesn't count. So now I'm going to use a beauty blender, and what a beauty blender does is that it allows you to just make sure everything is smooth. But I trust that I've done this right, but this just normally helps me airbrush everything. So now onto the fun part, concealer. I love doing this bit because I feel like I'm literally sculpting the contour of life. So you start with your lighter coloured concealer and it goes on your T-zone, which is here, under the eyes, under your cheekbones and on your chin and just a bit here if you feel like it. And now we blend. Now I'm going to contour, which is basically me drawing shadow onto my face. So nose contour is really important because it stops you from looking like a hard-boiled egg. For this next stage, as you can see, I've still got some construction lines and working outs on my face, but I'm about to blend that in using a kabuki brush, which is actually meant to be a powder brush, but as you can see, I'm doing it my way. And if you're watching this and you're feeling bothered about me using a kabuki brush to blend my contour, you need to worry about yourself and your tax return. So now it's time for my favorite step of the process, baking. I call this the bakery. So this is some setting powder. And what I'm about to do is literally dollop it under my eyes and let it sit. You need to bake your forehead, your nose bridge, your chin, underneath cheekbones. So all the places that I put the highlight, those need to be baked and set. And this is a great time to either do eyeshadow, talk on the phone, fight with someone. What I'm going to do is literally get cracking on eyeshadow because that's my favorite part of the routine. Time to snatch these eyelids. In case you're curious, this is what I'm doing. So this color I'm going for is known as a transitional shade. Basically, the color that will be in the middle of the darkest color and the lightest color on your eyelid. Now I'm going for this slightly darker amethysty color to get some drama. We're going to do a cut crease. Now, most people are scared of doing a cut crease because that's the part that ruins everything if you're not careful, but I'm going to show you a little trick that I've learned that works for me. So you get your concealer and you just put it on the middle bit and then you kind of like look up a bit. So you see that I've got that line there now, so that's my guide. So you've got the outline drawn and now you just fill in with a little bit of concealer and use the brush to blend the rest in. Now it's time for me to pack on some shadow onto this so that I have a colour that matches my pinkish scheme happening here. So now I've changed palette because the colours I've got here are just, there's too much happening. So now that I've done that and my creases are cut and ready, I'm gonna now go in with this really warm reddish terracotta colour in the inner corner so I can blend out what's left of this crease. I love drama, obviously. So this is a highlighter, but it's quite loose in pigment, as you can see. So I'm gonna use it on my eyelids, but as a way to introduce a really fun iridescent pop of color. See that? Cute. I started getting into makeup when I was about 21. The reason why is my mum said I'm not allowed to play with makeup or use makeup because she felt like it would make me look too grown up. Most bronzer products don't come in darker skin tones, so you've got to find one that works for you, and this one is my holy grail. Now I'm going to show you another trick. See, I've gone back to this palette that I was using for my eyelids, but now I'm going to use it for blush. And it's going to be this colour I'm going to use to blush. And I know you're looking and you're thinking, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. She's about to do it. So how this works is you smile, and then cute. So basically what you need to do is you spray your setting spray before you put on your highlighter, because what happens is your face is nice and moist and it grabs the shimmer a lot more. So, and it's good to not make any wild facial expressions, because that will settle into any creases you make. So try to keep your face as still as possible. We're ready for some highlight now. So I apply mine in blotches and then I have to blend it in. You see my two assistants up here, Assistant A and Assistant B. We're just going to let them do what they want to do. We're not even going to address that. Literally draw a thin line using the highlight right there, and then when you do this you can kind of see where the light hits, so it hits there and there. So I'm going to draw some highlight there. So as you can see, I look like a disco ball, but that's the look I was going for. And now it's time for eyeliner, because without eyeliner I don't know who I am. Time to draw on some facial features. And now mascara. This is me slowly prepping to put on some false eyelashes. Now I'm going to use what's left on this stick to put on my eyebrows, and that just adds a bit of exaggeration and brings a bit more depth back to my eyebrows, because I love my eyebrows looking really hairy. Now it's time to put on some lashes. I'm about to go from a 10 to a 10.5. I hate doing lashes so much because it literally tests your emotional resilience as a human being. No stressing, no crying. So I don't use lip liner because I'm too lazy to buy it. So I end up using my contour colour from my contour stick, and I draw it around my lips. See, it literally looks like lip liner. No one would ever know that I use my contour stick. And then I go over it with my lip gloss. You see that? Snatched. Beat. And this is what I meant by the goddess beat.